Hi, it's Tammy, NZ Gastric Slave. Today I am coming to you with the 50 random questions tag, which was tagged to me by Beck, whose YouTube name is sorry is waiting for me. And so she's done this tag and tagged me in it, so I thought I would sit down. I haven't done one of these types of videos as for probably a while, probably about 9 or 10 months that I have been making videos. I've kind of felt like I wasn't really part of the community because I hadn't been sleeved yet, but anyway, that's just my own perception. It wasn't that I wasn't made welcome or anything, but yeah, I just didn't really kind of feel like it. But anyway, I'll get started on these questions, and I will tag them, copy them into the video below for anyone else that wants to do this after me. So question 1, age, marriage, single, kids. I'm 31, I am married. My husband Mohammed, we've been, so our wedding photo there. It'll be 5 years in September that we've been married. It's not my first marriage. I was married at 19 for about 3 years, and yeah, no kids. That's one of the reasons that I had the surgery. We had been trying for a number of years. We've been together coming up 8 years. So yeah, we've been trying for quite a while. Date of surgery, 21st of May this year. Weakness or trigger food. In my past, I worked at McDonald's. That was the time where I put a good chunk of my weight on. I was about 70 kilos when I went to start at McDonald's, and I was about 95, almost 100 by the time I left McDonald's. So it's not even that I like it, it's just my go-to kind of thing. I've kind of a little bit got out of that with the pre-op diet and that sort of thing. Yeah. Best workout, number 4, best workout music. Anything that's quite inspirational, so things like Katy Perry's Raw, Cerebrella Brave. It's got a good beat and a good kind of inspirational kind of message in the lyrics. I'm one of these people that listens to the lyrics. Do you have any fat days memorabilia? When I was going through my closet, I did put a pair of jeans away as memorabilia, I suppose. It's not from my it's certainly not my biggest pair of jeans. It's a Australian 18. It's a pair of jeans that I bought on my honeymoon in Australia. They were a bit tight when I bought them. They went through stages of fitting, nowhere near fitting, the zip breaking because I was trying to wear them when they were so tight, to they're way too big now. And I don't think that they really are an 18. I think they're probably a 20 or so. So yes, I do have those jeans. They're not from my biggest though. Do you have a goal reward, e.g. trip, wardrobe, new car? Not set in stone. I would really like to go on a trip somewhere beachy, Hawaii, Rarotonga, maybe Thailand, Phuket, Thailand, but nothing planned, and certainly in my current situations I can't be looking at planning anything. We spent a ton on our Egypt and Dubai trip, and are definitely paying for it now with high credit cards and being made redundant, so won't be planning anything anytime soon. If your life was a book, what would the title be? This is one question I've looked at and thought, oh, I really don't know. I've had I thought about that question and I thought, well, if it was a song, um, that would be something like I get knocked down but I get up again. I have had quite a lot of issues, setbacks in my life, um, but it is what it is. It's what is there, and each thing has taught me something. And yeah, hardest part of the journey. So far, the hardest part. Hmm, um, I haven't felt it terribly hard. Oh well, no, actually, as far as the surgery, the first 24 hours was definitely the hardest part. I had a nasal gastric tube that wasn't inserted right, so it was absolutely ripping my insides to shreds. That was very uncomfortable. As far as the food, I haven't had any troubles whatsoever with anything that I've put down. I've had the foamies once. Um, and never spewed or anything. So I've had no trouble with food. Energy levels could be a bit better, but I think a lot of that is down to everything else that's going on in my life at the moment and not so much the surgery. So, biggest NSV of your journey so far? Probably the biggest NSV is starting to cross my legs a lot more. I really like that. I find it's quite ladylike, and really like that. Yeah, that's number 10. Oh, I'm going to have to hurry up here. Number 10. How is your life better or going to be better because of the surgery? So recently I've been made redundant. When I went and saw the surgeon, he said that out of his patients, most of them have had quite significant career progression since having the surgery. It's not right, but it is definitely true that you're taken more seriously when you're thinner than an overweight or obese person. How tall are you? I am 159 centimeters or 5'2" and a half. Tiny little. Um, I started with the dietitians at the hospital at 113.6, which was 46 on the BMI scale. So when I talked to even my surgeon, I talked to him and he's like, "Where do you want to be?" And I said, "Oh, at least 63." And he said, "Oh, that's really low," but it's 25 on the BMI scale. So people forget how short I am, mainly because I wear heels and I obviously appear taller, but yeah, like even my friend, we were talking about it on Thursday, and she couldn't believe how much shorter I actually was when we started kind of talking about BMI and where I wanted to go and that sort of thing. Where were you 3 hours ago? I was in bed. Sad days, yes, you can see the clock there. It is 12 o'clock. I Set days are my day where I don't set the alarm. I sleep as long as I want, and then I take the day from there. I don't tend to plan. The only time I set an alarm on a set day is if I've got a hairdresser's appointment. Who are you in love with? Well, that would be my husband Muhammad, as you see there. He is Egyptian. He can be difficult at times, but I do definitely love him. Is there anything pink within 10 feet of you? Nah. My gym shoes, they're definitely very pink. Most of my gym gear is either pink or purple. Favorite shows. I really like cooking and home repair shows. So shows like House Rules Australia, My Kitchen Rules Australia, Master Chef Australia. See a trend here? We have these shows in New Zealand, but they're not as good as the Australian ones. As far as kind of like drama series, I really like Grey's Anatomy, Suits. I am a big TV watcher and I do download from the internet. pretty much when they're shown in America for a lot of those sorts of shows that I really like. And I've got a site to find the Australian stuff as well. So, yeah. Favourite bands or artists? I really like Pink. I have for probably 10 plus years. I used to really like Christina Aguilera, not so much these days. Um, I I do tend to get pulled into kind of pop kind of stuff. I'm really liking Ed Sheeran at the moment. Um, yeah. What is the last thing you had to drink? Water. It's the only thing I drink these days. My little pump bottle. Well, um, I I do have Tupperware drink bottles which I use at work and that sort of thing. But more recently, I found the little sipper on this to be better. Um, for me to get my water in. Uh, duh, 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 duh. What are you wearing right now? I am wearing a merino striped shirt from Chantons. It's in a size large. I've just got a plain black long sleeve essentials top underneath from Max, which is in a large, and I'm wearing some Jeans West jeans, which are in an 18. Last food that you ate. Last food that I ate would have been last night. I haven't had breakfast this morning. I find it really hard on the weekends to really eat early. And it would have been a stick of Edam cheese. Yeah. Who's the last sporting event that you watched? It probably would have been the highlights last Sunday of the World Cup. My husband is very much into soccer, so he kind of likes to watch that. Your dream vacation? My dream vacation would be like a European trip. It would involve Italy and Greek islands. And yeah, cost absolute bundle. I really wish Australia and New Zealand have a real commonality of you finish school and you go on an overseas experience. It's really common in our part of the world because we're so far away from everyone, and usually that is to Europe, London as a base usually. Between marriages I had planned to go, but then I met my current husband, so that's one of the things, probably one of my biggest regrets, that I never went on an OE. And yeah, 12 minutes, I need to get this faster. Worst injury you've ever had? I actually haven't had any injuries. I certainly haven't been in hospital for any injuries. No, touch wood. I have not had any injuries per se. Probably the last injury that was anywhere near that would be I was running to the train probably about 2 years ago, and my big self thought, yes, I can do this, and my legs just went out from under me. I went screaming down onto the concrete train platform. Both my wrists bore the brunt. They were only sprained, so I've never broken anything or been in hospital for any sort of injury. What is your secret weapon to lure the opposite sex? I would have to say I don't really know. I'm not very good at that sort of thing. I have been married twice, but they have both been the only guys that I have been with. I think I've went on one other date. I'm not very good at it. Mainly probably because of self-conscious issues. I met my first husband on the internet when I was 16, and my current husband at a party. I certainly wasn't looking for it. He latched on and didn't really kind of let go. So as far as flirting or anything with the opposite sex, I'm really just not that good at. Sorry, I really have to speed these up. What are your plans for tonight? We don't have any plans in stone. It may involve going to my brother-in-law's. My husband really likes spending a lot of time with his brother, who's also in New Zealand. Or it could be going to the movies. I hope movies. something tells me it'll be the other. What are you wearing? Any perfume or cologne? Yes, I always wear perfume. Currently my perfume of choice is Chanel Allure Central. It's in a purple bottle. It has been a perfume that I have liked for a number of years, and on our last overseas trip I got some duty free. Other perfume that I like having is the Victor Rolf Flower Bomb. So yeah, I really like floral, vanilla kind of based scents. What are you listening to right now? Can't say I've got anything really that I'm listening to right now. I have got some playlists on Spotify, and they include a lot of the artists and songs that I was talking about before in the previous kind of questions. What does your last text message say? My last text message says, "Hi there, thanks for your payment. This has now been credited to your account. Have a nice day." And this is from 2 Degrees, my phone company. My last 6 messages are all from either reminders, voicemails, your contact lenses have arrived. My last actual, wow, seriously? My last actual message would have been, yeah, a long time ago. I'm not a big texter. I tend to do a lot of messaging over Facebook or Viber. Yeah, not a big texter. What were you doing at 12 a.m. last night? I was still watching TV. And I know there's a question below that talks about that, so I'm not going to go into that any details. Any tattoos? Yes, I do have a tattoo. And I got this before the whole tramp stamp thing, so it is, I don't know whether you can see that, it is a sun and moon design with all the signs of the zodiac going around it. I was 17 at the time. My parents were horrified, but I was living with my then boyfriend, turned out to be my first husband, and he was really into tattoos. I do regret it. Because of its position, I don't often think about it because I don't see it on a daily basis. But if I did things over again, I wouldn't have got it. Where am I up to? Any piercings? I have my ears pierced. In the past, when I was with my first husband, I had my right nipple pierced. That had to come out because it was just so sensitive. And I've had my belly button pierced twice. Both times have come out. Once when I was 16, and it was done with an air gun machine. Got infected and wasn't good. And then I had it done probably about 8 years ago. I ended up taking it out. There was nothing wrong with it. But I was just too big, and I didn't feel that I could really kind of show it off. Maybe once I've lost the weight, I don't know. Probably not, because I want kids. Zodiac sign, I am an Aries. There is definitely parts of my personality that are very much identify with that fiery nature, and parts that don't. So, really sure. Qualities you look for in a partner. Someone that really can look out for you, and wants to be there for the other person and not as self-absorbed. Favourite actor? I mean, an old school favourite actor of mine would be Tom Hanks. Pretty much everything that he's been in I've enjoyed. And that's not from I like the look of him kind of thing. It's an actor. Favourite colour? I've got 2 favourite colours, and they come in different versions. Purple is definitely my favourite colour as far as clothes or anything that is for me. So it's my phone, My iPad cover is also purple. Yet in the same light, I really like red. If I take you a tour around my house, there is lots of red, kind of accents of colour and that sort of thing. If I took you into my kitchen, you would find a red stove, a red coffee maker, a red toaster. But that doesn't work so much for clothes colours and that sort of thing. Loud music or soft music. Depends what kind of a mood I'm in. I'm not a big kind of heavy metal kind of person. Unless I'm at a party and I'm really enjoying myself. So again, it really depends on what kind of a mood I'm in. How long does it take you to shower? This would be around about 15 to 20 minutes. Next question, how does it take you to get ready in the morning? Previous question, shower at night. I'm not a morning person. It takes me about 10 minutes to get ready because it really is a case of getting up, getting dressed, taking my pills, filling up my water bottle, taking my pills, and I'm out the door. That's it. Turn-ons, probably the same as what I said for looking for a partner, someone that is really kind of looking out for the other person. Turn-offs, someone who thinks that jokes are absolutely funny when they're not. I can be quite a serious person. Again, I really have to be in the right frame of mind for some of the jokes, but some jokes are just not funny. The reason you joined YouTube, I had been stalking from the sides for a wee while, from when I knew that when I first heard about the surgery. It was a year later that I actually got called up to go to the information evenings. At that point, I started doing videos. It was about 6 weeks before I actually published them as public, and that was because of I was watching Alessa Sarah video, and she did a shout out to Peak's Journey, who hasn't really been active in the last 6 months. He is another New Zealander, so hearing of another New Zealander, I was like, right, I'm going to do it, I'm going to publish it, and we'll see what happens from there. Fears. I suppose like anyone, fears that the surgery's not going to work for me. I am a slow loser, so I am not losing as quickly as what I would have liked, but I'm hoping that that will benefit me as far as the skin and that sort of thing. So meaning behind your YouTube name, NZ gastric sleeve. So NZ obviously is New Zealand, gastric sleeve is the surgery that I had. I probably didn't think about that long enough. I probably may have picked something else and have thought about changing it, but it is what it is. It's there now. Last show you watched. So last night I watched a show. It's a 3-part series that Galen Preston, who's a New Zealand director, did on the Christchurch earthquakes. So it's a dramatisation, but the facts of it are very much true. And so basically there's like 6 families that they take through the quakes and what they've had to put up with and that sort of thing. And I really like her movies and series is they're very real. And so yeah, so I was watching that quite late last night, the first episode of that, and it's called Hope and Wire. Last person you talked to would have been my husband last night before he went to bed. Favourite food? Well, that's definitely changed. I really liked Italian. I really liked pasta. But of course, I haven't had any of that recently. I really like chicken in all its forms. So that is definitely before and after. So favourite piece of jewellery would have to be my wedding rings, which are too big for me now, so much so that I can actually fit it on my finger with this big necklace still on the rings. So once I get down to my goal weight, I will have them resized and get them back on my fingers. Last song you sang to? This is going to be embarrassing. On Thursday night, I was. I'm going to roll this into the next question. Last time you hang out with anyone on Thursday night, I went round to my friend's place. Her husband was away for work. She has a 6-year-old and a 18-month-year-old. No, maybe not quite 18 months. And I was putting the 6-year-old to bed, reading a story. The story that he had was around possums, and it had a CD with it that he put in, and so I was singing along to that, and it was around possums stop eating our trees. Go back to Australia. I'm not sure where the book came from, but that's seriously what it was. Um, were you named after anyone? So Tammy is, my mother was very much into country music, so it's definitely, there was a song and a movie called Tammy where that had Debbie Reynolds in it, and obviously Tammy Wynette. It's not a very common name in New Zealand, as it's quite an American name, but yeah, Mum's really into country music, so that's where that kind of came from. And who should answer these questions next? Ooh, let's see. There is quite a few new faces in the community right now, so it would be really good to find out some information about people. So I'm not sure whether these are people that will be watching this or not, but how about let's go Plumpy Peach. She's brand new in the community, a new Australian. Since I'm all alone here pretty much in New Zealand, I really do include myself in those Australian groupings, as really there's not very many of us New Zealanders, and Australia's just there. So Plumpy Peach VSG. Let's go VSG to be the real me. She's another new Australian. And let's say anyone else who is watching this video and hasn't done something like this and would like to do it. At 27 minutes, I'm going to end it now. This is by far my longest video. 50 questions though. It's a lot to get through, but I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have some yogurt, and then I'm going to go for a walk, and let's see what the day sends. Alright, see you guys.